my next question would be, Professor, that uh, what did you enjoy the most, being a mathematics student or a professor?
Yeah, that's a very good question. And yeah, I mean, I would say it is as a mathematics professor because, when you get a student who is kind of raw, and I had, and in fact, students, and then you mentor them, and when they go out, they become a settled mathematician and feel very satisfied that, and when I see like I have the conference now and my students are here from HRI, they are settled in some places, somebody postdoc, someone is already a faculty in these IITs or other places. You see from a distance them and see that how they came, it comes back and how they are right now. And that's the feeling I think which you also feel when you see a student, you get a student in your class, and you kind of see that how they have when they're going out. That feeling as a teacher is something which is kind of no comparison for that. So certainly, my answer will be that as a faculty, as a mentor, that's more satisfaction is there. I always advise my juniors really go for students, take students. They are for an institute, for a university, for a school. The students are the wealth. We should really spend time, try to understand them, and give them as much support as possible. Even now, I'm doing it. And nothing, I don't expect anything from them. But that satisfaction when they really grow up, mature, and they're lecturing in a conference, you sit there and you feel very good. That's a wonderful feeling.
I would say you are a very kind and humble person, because I have seen this when I came to Kerala during the summer camp, and it was totally heartwarming for me that being in such a high-profile profession and position, how a person can be such a humble and kind. So it's so blessed to that I met you, and today again you are with us. So totally, I'm very happy to have you, sir, in my life. Thank you for every possible way that you have supported me.
Yeah, I mean, as a human being, what happens that I have got some things, and I am really, I thank my whoever call Almighty or Destiny, that I'm in this position. And when you do something like all the teachers do, they don't expect anything from the students. You just go to the class, you try to give your best, and then when they do well, and knowledge sharing, many a times it has been told by our, predecessors, the Rishi, Muni, and all the knowledgeable people whom we adore, we worship, that, there are various kinds of assistance that a person can give: monetary assistance, suggestions, and, sheltering, all other things. But sharing knowledge, whatever little bit you have, that is the best gift that you can give to somebody and you can share. And that doesn't cost you anything, just like a smile, it doesn't cost anything. And it makes you fresh, like what you have, you are always like that. And so I think, I get back more when I suppose I am behaving with you nicely, which is, I have, naturally, I have lots of friends. My students are my friends, my family members. And the thing you get back is far more than that. Already I am happy when I'm sitting with you. All these professors are there outside, and I'll join them for dinner. I told these people to take care. But then I'm having very good time, Gopal, with you. And there is nothing, you don't expect anything from me, neither do I expect anything. But that bonhomie, between us, that we are having 1 hour, a very quality time. That is something which is, there is no value for that one. You can't measure it by money. And that I have got plenty. And why? I'm selfish, I want to get more. So, that not many people get it. I have got a plenty from my students, my friends, my colleagues, And I'm overwhelmed with that one. And I'm ready to do anything for students.
I'm deeply grateful for this, because I remember that those days when we were having lunch and dinner time. Uh, I think nowhere on this earth a director comes and sit with the students or normal group D staff and they have lunch, dinner together. Uh, this kind of behavior is simply making you so great that the people should learn this from you. Being in such a position, then no one comes and sit like this in front of all, because everything can come to your feet if you just order, if you just make
Yeah,
a
but
call. But
I just feel that a director, if you go by the meaning of the director, is to direct the institute, direct the people. I mean, I just try to put myself, I come every day, Saturday, Sunday, I come at time and I really go back at the end because I have nothing at home really, basically. Everything is in the institute, as you know. So, I mean, that way, I think the director is to, and others also should feel that, you have to be here till that end and look at the sir is working. And I'm working for myself, not to show really anyone. But I feel the director's job is really just to direct, to give the direction. And the giving direction becomes very easy, very easy. I can tell you, Gopal, you will be knowing if you mix well with the people, whether it is a temporary staff, whether it's a student, a faculty, we make mistakes. I'm just tell that, yes, I mean, maybe I have made a mistake. I'm sorry about it. If you, even a director, there should not be a problem. So I really take it literally that a director means really to give a direction to people, nothing more than that.
even in your absence, I have been roaming around in the university those days. I talked to many people, like even the watchman out there in the gate, and even all the other staff. Uh, they all said Kalyan sir is completely different. He's not like any other person. He's so simple and generous that he can come anytime if you want him here for any help. So this is the wonderful thing that you have done for all of them and for me also. Even when I came there with my family, you were there for all the things. Thank you
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
those
But I told you that,
important.
I'm selfish in the sense that the return I get is far more than what I give.
Even you took
So,
my
so, so
child at your means in your hands. That was a great
no, I mean,
thing in
I
my
mean, I'm
life that
thankful you brought those
my son,
rasagullas,
my
people enjoy it. Today I
okay,
have my students came and they brought sweets
okay.
and, I distributed. I feel really good. It's just like my own children. They are coming from somewhere and they're remembering that sir likes this one. So let's take that one. That's a huge thing for me.
That rasgullas were bought because I heard that it was your birthday, and that was the main moment that I can make sweet for you. Means I can bring some sweets for you
No,
from
no, that's
home,
remarkable.
your
That's
home
remarkable.
state, your home state.
For me, I can tell you, Gopal, these things means a lot. Means a lot. I don't like these material gifts and other things. As you see that I'm with this T-shirt, I just came back after jogging. I told you, and there's a famous mathematician who was sitting there. I told him that I have this interview with one of my students, and I'll finish that one, and then I'll come and join you.
Thank you for taking out some time for me, sir. That once again, thank you so much. So I have few more questions left. We'll
Sure,
finish up
please.
in very short time. So the next is during this COVID time, the whole world was locked up. So many people were worried, and I would like to hear from you that what you were doing those days and how you spent your lockdown period.
Yeah, I mean, this is a wonderful question. I was just talking to some people today. Some of the faculties came that I have to tell you that those were very very difficult times. Difficult times in the sense that I just came here. I joined here in September 2020, and that was the peak. Second round was going on, peak pandemic period, and I had to do a quarantine in a deserted guest house. No one was there for a long, long time for 14 days. This food was not available, nothing was there. And then in between, I really want to mention this one. This first batch of integrated MSc PhD, which I started after coming here, came over there. Students came from Uttar Pradesh, came from Bengal, from Chennai, from all other places, all over India. And they all, after BSc, they're very young kids. They came and they couldn't go home after that. After coming here, they had to join because I didn't close down the institute. I told that, let us, so long as the government order is not coming that you cannot open the institute, we'll have our classes here because all the students are here. They don't have to go anywhere. So these students, you used to cook together, and that particular period was tough. And but because the institute, like I'm the director, it's up to me to open or close. So I came every day to the institute. Somehow police barricading is there, but I tell them that I'm the director. I have to go to the institute, and they let me go. And then after coming here with the students, nothing better, as I keep telling you, that there is nothing better in life than spending time with the students. So this was difficult time, but this first batch, really, they have graduated from here. Quite a few of them have got in very good places. And in fact, yesterday, one of our seminars, one student who is now in Finland doing her PhD, she was there online, and it was very nice feeling that, this girl came shaking. First time she came from a very interior place in Uttar Pradesh, and no confidence, nothing. And then that pandemic period, they graduated. Now she's doing a PhD in a very big university in Finland, and it was nice feeling. So the students was the backbone, were the backbone, and really all together we faced that problem. Some of us got COVID and other things. It was not very clear. It was tough, but we managed somehow. But the students, I would like to point out, were the backbone for me at that time. We discussed mathematics, we cooked together, and whatever possible we had, and then somehow coming to the institute every day, unless there was a real blanket, no vehicle flying and other things. And I used to walk even from the institute about 6 kilometers from my home to the institute, because those days my car was not here. So, the answer of the question is that, the students, mathematics, and this particular institute really helped me to sail over those 2 years.
It was great listening this things what have passed through.
Yeah.
So next few more questions. So when and where did you started this SPIM training summer program in mathematics, and what was the motive behind this special kind of
that's
training?
again, we started, I remember, what happened that we have these programs like MTTS. There are various programs where, only some privileged students, like the number is very small. Now it has expanded a lot, many more programs are there. But those days when we started, and there are many universities in India where the students are not that privileged to have, as you told, to learn from good teachers, like in the final year of their BSc or the MSc first year, which is kind of a transition period, in the sense that, you are looking for a direction after your graduation. And MSc first year, you want to appear for all these tests and other things, and want to get into a good place for a PhD. So I thought that why not? I was talking to Professor Ratnakumar, who is a professor at Harishchandra Research Institute, that can we do something? I mean, like not those elite institutes. I'm talking about many universities like Uttar Pradesh, in Bihar, in West Bengal, in all the states. In fact, there are nondescript universities where there is a chance that you might get a couple of good students, and they are not tapped really. So then we thought that why not we start a program. In summer, usually the vacations are there. We'll invite about 40 students, and but we'll avoid these big institutes, like let's say IMSC, all these IITs, and there are some more like the central universities, couple of them, and then NISER, maybe some of the ISERs, because they have good teachers. I know they do get some good teachers. And so that was the idea, to give an opportunity to these students to come. And so that's the thing you saw, that for me, staying together for 3 weeks, students from various parts have some courses into basic things. Don't give any very precise syllabus to the faculties. Let them decide what is basic. And they will give 3 weeks on basic topics like algebra, analysis, and topology, and maybe some side lectures like in number theory or some other, some. So that was the idea that was in my mind, and Ratnakumar agreed completely. And then we applied for funding, and we got the funding from HRI, and then we started and then the response was overwhelming. And many of these film students are actually came back to HRI as a student, as a PhD student at IMSC and many places. And now many other institutes have started that summer program in mathematics. But I can tell you that was there is always a summer program, but then some faculty will take one student or two students, they'll be reading a book, and the faculty will be responsible. Not that kind of thing that, 3 weeks, call 40 students from all over India, but not from elite institutes. Give them an opportunity to see what career or what prospect is there in mathematics if you pursue. Coming to an institute like Harishchandra Research Institute, they get really motivated, and many of them cleared this National Board of Higher Mathematics exam, written test, interviews. They came up and they joined these elite institutes and become faculty and other things. I would say that that's really a real successful program. And then when I moved to this institute, I thought that, let us continue with that one. So that was the first year when you came, and we are going to sharpen it, and it will be better organized, I would say, in the next year.
No, you all have done a great job, in fact. Being a student of that program, I was
it was a bit hurriedly, but these faculties were mostly my students, and I know them. I know how they have graduated from there. So that part was there that, they are good mathematicians. That there was no doubting. But it was very hurriedly done. So maybe, we couldn't reach many places. So this will be well in advance. It will be informed. And the syllabus and all other things will be also kind of mentioned. Not sticking, but at least some brief idea that what will be taught.
Okay. So the next question is, most of the students from my school background have fear in mathematics when they encounter mathematics. So what would you suggest to them?
Yeah, I mean, what has happened here in last couple of months, many schools and 10th standard students, I would say, and 11, 12 standard colleges and high schools, they have approached me that can they come and meet me, and can I talk to them for an hour or so? And, so many applications are there that I have to, but they all have the same thing that, sir, how to remove the fear of mathematics from the mind of the students. And the teachers were also sitting there, mathematics teachers. And so my suggestion would be here, or my advice, I don't know, there are various ways that people try to teach mathematics, like models and other things. But, I believe that logical, one thing I can advise to the teachers that, whenever they start with a new conception, give time, go a little slow. I know there is a syllabus that has to be completed. Unfortunately, that is one of the things, some exam has to be taken. So this exam fear, Gopal, that much I can tell you, that most students fear, they are scared of the exam. And because of that, and mathematics is something like that, which is hard to memorize because you have to solve. In the school days, you have to solve a problem, arithmetic problem or a geometric problem, algebra, you have to solve there. So memorizing doesn't work. And that is one thing is a bit fear, because all other subjects, what happens, you can memorize certain amount thing, you will certainly get some marks, except in mathematics, unless you give something which is directly taught in the class and you just ask them to reproduce it. So one way I can tell that, go a little slow. I can advise the teachers. And especially like supposing when this abstract mathematics has been introduced, like X, that you say that let is variable or something like that in algebra or otherwise, give little time. And more examples, concrete in the context, I can tell you the number theory is not really taught. Now, syllabus, it is not there, but that is one thing that the students like very much. When the students came here, I usually give them a pep talk, like a 45-minute talk on basic numbers, like prime numbers, composite numbers, what are the properties of prime numbers and all. And they captured it very well. And in fact, the questions last school is a school called Silver Hill, which was a couple of girls. The questions were really good and they could answer some of the questions. And the teachers were also amazed. And I was just defining, they know the definition of prime numbers, but they have never thought about the properties and all other things which I was mentioning. So numbers could be one thing that, can be introduced in a very basic level, because they all are playing with numbers. When you are defining, addition, multiplication, subtraction, or whatever the basic operations. So I strongly believe that number theory, basic number theory, can be really introduced in the students are capable of understanding prime numbers and composite numbers, some basic, maybe 10 marks or something like that. So the teachers have to give little time and don't discourage, never discourage any student. Up to 10th, I believe that all the students should learn basic mathematics, because whichever subject you go, whether it is biology or in economics or in commerce, arts, many subject, you go there without a mathematics background, little bit basic thing I'm talking about up to class 10. It is hard to survive. So there were some proposals of removing mathematics or making mathematics as an optional subject. I am really against. From 11th, make it separate. Like, if you feel that you are not good in mathematics, don't take mathematics. But up to 10th, I think most of the children, they have the capacity, unless your syllabus is very huge. I'm not very aware of the current syllabus, but at our time, I think that was kind of understandable. I can tell you a very funny incident. There's this Allahabad, Big Bazaar. I went for Pantaloon. So, they say that 30% plus 40%, okay? 30% and 40% discount. So that guy calculated 70%, 30 plus 40. And he was arguing, the salesman found that after the reduction, the price of the object is this much. And that guy said, look, 70% when I remove, this is this much. So
Exactly.
there were real chaos. Then I had to go, I told him, what's the problem? So I said, look, it's not 70%.
It's a successive discount.
Successive discount. So
Exactly.
some basic mathematics which we do in our arithmetic classes and all is required really. Otherwise, people will cheat you. And but I would say that it's logical subject. So logically, not many people are very sound, I have to say, when you talk. So mathematics is really logical. As you know, every step that you do, you need to have a very clear idea that, why I have done these steps. Some basic notions are there, axioms are there. So it's little different from the other subjects. But I really have no mantra for, how it can be made easy to the students. But give them time and never discourage. Even if they come up with some wrong ideas, completely wrong ideas, I know it is difficult. There are 40, 50 students. How can you manage it? But at least what we can do, not to tell them that you are not good in mathematics. What's big deal? I mean, if you are not good in mathematics, it's not that the world is going to, collapse in front of you. So it's good. I mean, you are good in something else. But we have to tell that up to 10, it is understandable to everybody. It should be. And you give some time. But I think syllabus is a factor. Exam is a factor. One of the questions that was asked recently, one of the things that said, do you have any idea what can replace exam? And I really feel bad. I'm really not a supporter of taking a time-bound exam that, you have to check how fast you can do it. That's not the idea, really. So it is not the idea in as I told you, in Western countries, exam is not there up to a certain year thing. They really enjoy learning. And exam certainly kills a big way, our learning system. And certainly some evaluation has to be there, but then what else? So I think fear of exam is one of the things that they are really scared of. And if you can remove that fear and tell them that, give some time, little more time. And the teachers also can spend a little more time when they introduce new concepts to the students and more examples. Certainly, because numbers, they really do understand the children. And so cook up some examples whenever you do something, and try to explain through examples rather than telling those monotonous book, whatever written, the abstract things. And again, this is number theory background, I know that giving a lecture in number theory to a popular lecture is far more easier, because it is because of numbers. Everybody you can take along, take you along. Oh, well, solving the questions are difficult, the big problems, but then telling them the problems are not difficult. Okay. But always you can have some funny stories about bringing numbers, how these $1 million problems and all, which most of the students will be able to understand. It's very easy, prime numbers and all. But, you should never discourage, and try to remove that fear. Fear removing that, even if you can't solve a couple of problems, nothing wrong in that. Nothing wrong in that.
So with this
but
answer,
really no mantra is there.
okay.
And I don't have it.
So this, this answer covers many more questions which I have noted, which was next up, but it's already answered by you. So like how the
Thanks.
teachers should
I already
teach the
told
maths,
a
and
little bit
also
whatever idea.
how the students should learn this subject, like going through the examples first, then going to the exercise, so that build up some concept. And
You have to
to
solve
the example.
problems. There is solving problems, make them confident, basic problems.
So one more thing, like how you feel when you meet such a giant professors all over the world, because you are also one of them. But as we see that there are a lot of big names in this mathematical world, and you met maximum of them in these years. So how it feels when you meet some big professors out in the world?
That's another good question. I would say that I really look at them, and I see that, when in this context, I have to tell one name, like, we were in Harishchandra Research Institute, and you all must have heard about Professor Ashok Sen.
Yes.
And he was next to my house, and I have seen him very closely from a distance. That's such a giant in modern science, To talk about one name from India as a scientist, his name will come up in the world if you talk about some names. And the humble, how humble a person could be of that caliber. So when you meet these giants in science, true giants I'm talking about. Now this true has to be, justified, that I don't want to go into that one. But they become very humble, and they are very polite. They are very ever ready to share whatever knowledge they have acquired, and if you can understand that one. So I have really met many people, and I just took one name in front of you. This is like Michel Waldschmidt. I have to introduce him to the audience tomorrow. And I was looking at, he's 76. And yesterday he was in coaching, and he gave in a day 3 lectures on 3 different topics at 76. He's coming all the way from there, and now he's in train. He'll be reaching soon here. I have been with him many, many places. I've seen from a distance this person, how humble that person is, and how much dedicated to certain things. And not that he loses any other fun in life. He really enjoys every bit, whether he is having a food with you, or he is on trekking, or whether he is jogging and all. So I try to look at them, and whatever you see me today is kind of, I have tried to incorporate those values that I have seen from these people on myself, and to become a better person, I would say. So I meet them, I see them from a distance, and I try to see that what is the quality that I can, incorporate into myself even now. And so that is one thing I do, and I'm privileged really to have met or to have spent time with these people. But I have learned these things that, knowledge makes you more humble, not proud. And because you are one of the privileged ones, we feel that not many people, there are many, many more students out there who did not get an opportunity in life. And they would have done much better than me. but we are just a couple of those few privileged people. So humble, politeness, the way to learn, and in the last question is quite interesting. That what will be my message? There I will tell the other thing.
Yes. So, uh, can you give some trajectory where India can stand after a few years in terms of mathematical learning and research?
Yeah, I can tell you that the trajectory, as you were asking, it is changing because I am into these various interview boards. I see how the students are coming now, how they are trained, and which way their interest is going, etc. I can tell you that uh, in mathematics, the pool of interested students is far more now compared to the days that we had. Good students, I'm talking about, like they are genuinely good students. They're motivated to do mathematics, not just for a job or other things. They really want to explore these questions of mathematical sciences, and they are aware of these questions from their very basic level, like from the graduation of 12th standard. They want to take up this career as a mathematician, and would give a try, would give a shot onto those into those questions. So I would say that more and more people who are really love doing mathematics, you have to love a subject, as I told you. Anything you want to do in life, you have to be comfortable, feeling comfortable with that one, and you have to love that. As I told you that for me, if I look back to my mark sheets, it's only mathematics that I see that has consistently, thing. So I expect that more and more students, not only in mathematical sciences, genuinely interested students only will choose basic science. And there's a very bright future of India, I would say. Indian students are being admired all over the country as far as mathematics goes, as you know, in America, in Germany, in France, everywhere these Indian students are doing great. So mathematics learning, I would say that, far more dedicated students are there now. They are convinced from their very beginning that they would like to have a career in mathematics. And I see a very bright future for India as far as this, mathematics as taking up as a profession.
Okay. So already I've taken a lot of time of yours. Sorry for that, but this
No,
will be
no,
the
it's
final
me
question.
talking.
This is final question from my side. That what would be your message to all the students who are listening to you through this channel? That how this mathematics can improve their life, and I would like to hear a motivation from you for this subject.
Yeah, so this is the crux of the things that we were talking about, that the young generation, which is the future of a country, and it is not just mathematics. It's one thing I want to tell them, that the health part. No, I would really like to tell, because that is one sector, one part of our life that is not very well, given attention, I would say, because of maybe various pressures, the pressure of doing many other things. So somehow we have to convince the younger generation that, health is wealth. What we used to hear, or we have written essays maybe on that one, it is truly that. I can tell you at this age also, I just, had a jog, and I told you about Michelle Waldschmidt. He's 76, still he jogs 10 kilometers every day. And it's not just it's fun to have a good health. And then if you are dedicated to mathematics, or you like, as I told you, for me, it was the comfortable subject. And if you're comfortable, you feel that, the logical things comes to you naturally. As I told you, biology would never came to me naturally. So if it is that, then try. Mathematics, there is plenty of very good institutes in India. There are plenty of schemes from government which encourages taking up mathematics as a profession. From 12th standard onwards, there are plenty of opportunities are there for the students. And you can find out from various sources. But take it up not for something that will fetch you a lot of fame and other things, but take it up any subject, not for only mathematics. If you really like that subject, if you feel comfortable with that subject, tuition cannot help you. That much I can tell you. Research is something where you are supposed to create something new. And that cannot be pushed through, or that cannot be injected into that one. So develop that thing, and you will see that mathematics is something like that. If you understand the basic things, solving the problems are not difficult really. If you have gone through the definitions, the other things. So if that is there, take it up. I mean, this is a very good profession, I can tell you. I mean, and then the fun. I mean, that I want to tell you that, this is not only mathematics, basic science. I can tell you that, today you type Kalyan Chakraborty, and you will see that it will immediately come up in the Google that so many papers and all. See, we are being paid. I'm being paid by the government and some salary. And then I do work which fetches me my name. I'm doing it for myself. You see Kalyan Chakraborty, that's the paper is there, that will be surviving. So we are being paid for something which we like, and that really bears my name. Whereas, when you go to one of these software companies, very, very intelligent student, no one knows who creates that particular software. So that is one thing which has a lot of value for me. If somebody asks that, why did you choose this mathematics or research as a profession? That is one answer for me, that, this cannot be valued with money. Even if you spend so many whatever wealth you have, you cannot create assumption in that thing. And that doesn't need any introduction for you. So this is one thing I'll tell you, that message is that keep your health, stay away from bad habits. And, this is, the world is going through that one, all these addictions and other things. Try yourself, that life is far better than that. There are plenty of opportunities in our world to explore. A life is not enough. So this is one health, one life. So keep your health, do things which are healthy, take care, and do something which you like. If you like mathematics, there is a bright future in that one. That much.
So thank you so
much,
Professor Kalyan.
Gopal.
It was a great evening with you. And I must say that all the students who are going to watch this, and all the teachers who are going to watch this video, will be definitely benefited by your lovely words, lovely motivation message. And thanks for giving me some time. And I would be very, blessed, and always be in your feet throughout my life, that you have such a humble nature, and you gave me something which is very important for a student, like the knowledge and the humbleness that you taught me. This will be with me throughout my eyes are closed. So thank you so much that you gave me the time for today's event. And thank you for everything. Thank you, Professor.
Thanks a lot, Gopal. It was really wonderful being with you. I hope to see you here physically.
Yes,
this is a virtual thing. And do let me know whenever you have little time. And I appreciate your love for mathematics. And, whatever I spoke, I don't want to hurt anyone. Don't want to ruffle any feathers of anyone. So it's all my views. And I believe that, to make life more happier. And this will certainly, the children are not, so if I have hurt anyone, so I take the blame for myself.
It's completely valuable suggestion for everyone.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Gopal. And I had a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Bye,
Take
sir.
care.
Take care. Take care, sir. Bye, sir. Thank you.
Bye.